This is crazy, man. This has always been the goal, obviously, to be WWE champion. But here, I'm just a young kid. I didn't even wear elbow pads back here, man. So I ended up getting elbow surgery because I had bone chips in my elbows. So now I always wear elbow pads. So I know this is an authentic picture because I don't have the elbow pads on. But it's crazy, man. Like you said, it's been a wild ride. And even back then, the goal was always to be WWE champion, and it might have taken a long time, a lot longer than others, but here we are, So yeah, it's awesome.
WWE is the most biggest worldwide wrestling entertainment around the world. What do you think about Kofi Kingston from Africa? Because you are a big show for Africa, your native country. What do you think about this moment in your life, WWE especially?
It's historic. I take a lot of pride in being the first #1 Ghanaian superstar in WWE, but also the first African-born superstar in WWE, which is crazy to think about because, we've been around for so long. Actually, at one point, I was the first Jamaican superstar in WWE.
Never forget.
I take a lot of pride in that, because I feel like WWE has done a really great job, especially in the past 5-10 years, in terms of getting superstars from all these different countries. Shinsuke, Asuka, Jinder Mahal. There's so many people from all over the world. I think that's the greatest thing about WWE is that you can relate. When you're whatever nationality you are and you watch WWE, there's going to be somebody there that you can identify with from a character perspective, from perspective of where you were born, and that's the great thing. And to me, that's the most important part of being a WWE superstar is being able to make people believe that they can achieve anything, So for me, representation is very, very important. So when a Ghanaian or an African American child looks at the screen and they see somebody who is Ghanaian and that looks like them doing incredible things, it makes them believe that they can also do incredible things in life. And not only from that, my story has been one over 11 years. The storyline was not, hey, we're going to make you wait for 11 years and provide all this motivation. No, it's a real thing that actually happened, and I had to persevere. I could have at any time walked away if I didn't believe in myself, or I didn't want it, or I didn't want to keep pushing. But I kept believing in myself, and I did keep pushing. And only because I've done that's the only reason that I was able to attain this title. So anybody out there, any different background or nationality has struggled. So on a human level, I'm able to identify and relate to somebody who has had a struggle or might be going through something, and they can look to me and say, hey, if I keep on working, maybe I can achieve my goal. And to me, that's the most important thing, is to be able to provide that inspiration and motivation for people to go out and follow their dreams. Because if you achieve your childhood dream, it's the best feeling in the world. That is what life is all about. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Now, congratulations. It's unbelievable that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Hi, Kofi. Mi pregunta es, New Day tuvo un difícil comienzo como equipo y quería saber si es que pensaban que era llegar tan lejos como equipo, ganar títulos. Que el principio de New Day, el grupo fue bastante complicado, si es que pensaron que iban a llegar tan lejos como como stable.
If you think when you were in the meeting that it's going to be so difficult to get into each
you know what? We always believed in ourselves. I feel like we've told the story a million different times, but I'll try to be quick with it. When we first wanted to become the New Day, there was probably about a 5 to 6 month period where we, myself, Woods, and E would go into Vince McMahon's office and say, hey, put us on TV together, and we'd come up with an idea, and then he'd say, no, I don't want to do that idea, go figure something else out. Okay, so we figured something else out, we'd have another idea. This went on for like 6 months, and eventually, we're like, no matter what you give us, we'll be able to make it succeed, give us something. And he said, okay, well, I got an idea, I want you guys to be preachers. You're going to preach positivity. And we're sitting there, all of us, we know each other so well, and we're all just sitting there just like, yeah. And in our minds, we're like, this is not going to work at all. Nobody's going to like this, But so he put it to the test, and luckily we went out there, and we wanted to be bad guys anyway. So when we came out and we started preaching positivity, and I always say, like, it's the weird thing about our world. If you think about what we did, we went out and told people to be the best versions of themselves, go out there and seize the day, become great and do great things. The power of positivity, embrace it. And everyone told us that we sucked. And it's like, what? Like, I bet you were one of them. New Day sucks, everybody, you know? So from our perspective, man, it was like, it was a very real feeling of the people rejecting us after it took us so long to even get that little crumb. But we wanted to be there anyway, and at the end of the day, it's World Wrestling Entertainment, so if people are reacting in any kind of way, that's what you want. A lot of people have a hard time making that happen. So when we made that happen, we just kept doing it. And then people started booing us. We're like, okay, so we'll do it even harder. They kept booing us even louder. And then we were like, okay, now we can be hypocritical with it, you know, and say like, oh, we saved the tables. We care so much about these tables. You know, the wood, we respect wood. And then we go and try to put the Dudleys through the tables, you know. And then everybody started telling us that, oh, no, you guys rock. Now you're doing all these bad things. And this is what I like, you know. So that, you know, so it's really, really weird, but it's been an amazing journey with myself, Woods, and E. And now here we are, you know. I'm the WWE champion. They are the tag team champions, which means that they are the WWE champion, and I am the tag team champion too. Because with a New Day, when one of us is champion, all of us are champions. This has always been the goal. So it's been a long, hard journey, but here we are, you know, on top of the mountain right now.
Thank you, Kofi.
2 years ago, right here in this same place, in a press conference like that, you were with Big E and Xavier, and we asked about where's the next goal for the New Day. And Xavier said, I want that this guy to be world champion. You say, like, come on. We all laughed, but 2 years later, you are with the belt in Santiago, Chile.
It is a testament to, so we talk about the power of positivity, and it's not just like a character thing. It's not just us going on TV and saying, okay, I'm going to put on my positivity hat and be a character and tell these people to be positive. Like, we really believe in the power of positivity and affirmation and visualizing yourself in a certain role and doing certain things and saying it out loud, you know? Because then the more you say it, the more you start to believe it, and then when something happens that works you towards that goal, it's like, okay, I can do this, you know, well, let's do this, let's keep going. So, yeah, it's crazy, but like the power of positivity is real, man. Like, if you believe in something hard enough, the universe has a funny way of making these things happen for you.
La última.
Hello, champ.
What's up, man?
In Up, Up, Down, Down,
Yes.
you are not Kofi Kingston. You are Mr. 24/7.
AKA Mr. Gacho, as in Gacho ass.
Very. What's the story about this nickname? Why this nickname?
Why 20? So 24/7 actually came from me playing Woods in Madden, and I beat him by a score of 24-7. And I was elated, and it's fun when I get on that channel and I start playing video games. I just start talking, you know, and it just came out. You know, I was like, oh, 24/7, that might be my nickname, Mr. 24/7. And then, I don't know where Mr. Gacho came from, but I think it was another Madden tournament, and I just started saying it, you know, and now it's a thing, you know. And actually, congratulations to the Up, Up, Down, Down crew for getting to 2 million subscribers. We finally did it, you know. So it's been an amazing a journey for that, because Woods has had this vision. We've all played video games. I've been here for 10 years, and there's always been a crew of guys who's played video games. And, you know, none of us had the vision to bring that world to you guys. But Woods did. And he's a visionary in so many different ways. So for us to be at 2 million subscribers now is it's crazy, because the first show was in some guy's basement. You know, we were playing FIFA. Neither of us know how to play FIFA. There's kids' toys all around, which you can't see in the picture, but it's literally some guy's basement, his man cave, and we're there playing video games. And now we're at 2 million subscribers. We've done things with Street Fighter, you know, Nintendo, all these different video game companies, and now there's 2 million people plus on this earth that subscribe every single week and every single day and tune into a video on Up, Up, Down, Down. So kudos to Xavier Woods. He just had a birthday too, you know, big birthday boy in the house, you know. So it's crazy.
Sweet. beating Rusev in FIFA or AJ Styles in Madden?
Well, I could never beat Rusev in FIFA because, like I said, I don't know how to play. But beating AJ in Madden is always satisfying because I love Madden, number one. And I love winning in Madden. You know, I'm the current Madden champion right now. You know, the Madden king. You know, not to toot my own horn, but also beating AJ Styles is great because he gets so into the game and he gets so angry and he doesn't, he doesn't cuss. So he's like, oh, freak, God, darn it, yo. And he, gets his hair all in a bunch and he breaks controllers. And I love making people feel like that.
Everybody has a friend like that.
Yeah, rage gamers.
Perfect. Well, Paris Saint-Germain, the team.
Yeah.
Alexis Sanchez in some moments.
Yes, sir.
Right now in Inter de Milan.
Right on.
Kofi, what it means right now? The title, WrestleMania 35, and the future right now.
The future right now is completely unpredictable. I've been around this industry for a long time, and for me to predict what's going to happen at WrestleMania would just be foolish because I don't even know what's going to happen next week. As a matter of fact, I don't even know what's going to happen tonight. I have no idea who I'm facing. I don't know what the card is, you know what I'm saying? But my goal, my ultimate goal is to just make the WWE title prestigious, make my title reign significant, make it legendary, iconic even, shout out to the Iconics. I just want to make sure that I'm doing this title right because there's a lot of people who wanted me to be in this position. So every single day I wake up with the mentality of being the best champion that I can possibly be, and whatever that entails, going out and having a match with Randy Orton or having to take on all three members of FTR. You got to get more creative with our names here, these guys. But anyways, I just think that my ultimate goal is to make the WWE title just significant. Make people want to see it be defended. Actually defend the title because we know there are some people who have become champions who don't defend the title properly. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to be the guy that's always on the grind, and because I don't know how long I'm going to hold on to this title, and it might be another 11 years before I get it again. Hopefully I'm not wrestling in 11 years, but so that's the main goal. I just take it one day at a time, man, and just keep on trying to be the best champion that I can possibly be. Thanks. Thank you.
Te hemos visto desde que ganaste el campeonato de la WWE, trabajar con superestrellas como Daniel Bryan y Randy Orton. ¿Qué piensas tú que es para ti, cómo se siente trabajar con ellos y qué otra superestrella te gustaría enfrentar luego de terminar tu rivalidad con Randy Orton?
Which superstar would you like to fight with when you finish your rivalry with Randy Orton?
Well, it would be a foolish move for me to look past somebody like Randy Orton. He's one of the greatest of all time. People like him. He's a guy that can do dastardly things and get cheered for it. Again, talking about people wanting to be cool and cheer for all the bad guys. I feel like Randy Orton is he's a big mountain to climb, and particularly for me on a personal level, he didn't want me to be here. Storylines aside, he did a lot to make sure that I would only get to a certain point in WWE, and I could have probably been champion a long time ago. Not that I'm complaining because I feel like everything happens for a reason. If I didn't, if I were to win the championship earlier in my career, there would have never been a Kofi Mania that would have, made people feel the way that they did. I'm always grateful for that moment, but in the back of my mind, I always think about how Randy, put, what I'm saying? Like he used his influence to kind of hold my career down, and it's very important for me to beat him definitively as WWE champion, not like a double count out like we had at SummerSlam, but to pin his shoulders to the mat and to stand over him holding the WWE championship and let him know that he was wrong about me, talking about me not being ready. So that's what I'm thinking about right now. Like I said before, it's really a one day at a time type thing, but there's a lot of talent out there. our roster is so deep with talent and the caliber of wrestlers. Even Kevin Owens was joking, but he wasn't joking when he said over there, he's like, hey, when are you going to give Kevin Owens a title shot? You know what I mean? Like, I love going up against guys like that who have such skill and such talent. You know, the Kevin Owens, the Dolph Zigglers, even Ali, man. Like, if it wasn't for him getting hurt, Kofi Mania probably doesn't happen. So somewhere along the way, I feel like he's owed a championship title shot, because I don't want to see people who deserve to have shots have to wait a decade to get their shots, because I've been there. So there's a lot of people, man. There's a lot of people. But I want to defend my title. If it was up to me, I'd be defending it every single week against everybody who deserved a shot, you know. But unfortunately, it's not really up to me. But I'm just trying to be the best I can, so we'll see.
Anything for next week in the Garden for Randy Orton?
We'll see.
You know what you're talking about.
I do. It's crazy how things work out, right? Like, it's probably been just about 10 years since the moment where I put him through a table. Go back and Google it if you haven't seen it. You know, eyes on. Randy Orton was on the table, and I always remember that moment because I felt like it was my coming of age, you know, my breakout as a WWE superstar, because first, number one, I came out to save Roddy Piper, which a lot of people forget about that. Like, how am I saved Roddy Piper? What? Like, unreal, you know? So, and then me and Randy fought throughout the entire Madison Square Garden arena, one of the most iconic wrestling arenas in history. And it was something where people were booing me at first, cheering the bad guys. You know, you had cool people cheering the bad guys. And then at the end of the day, when I put him through the table, everyone was cheering for me, everyone was up on their feet. So to be able to go in that scenario and turn their emotions at the drop of a hat was awesome. And now here we are 10 years later. Madison Square Garden is less than a week away, you know? So I don't know what's going to happen, but I guarantee there's going to be something's going to go down, especially with what happened last week on SmackDown with all three of them jumping. Myself, Woods is like still out, E's still banged up. But we've been trying to get some get back pretty soon, and Madison Square Garden just might be the place to do it. So we'll have to all watch and see and find out together. But that's a show that I would not miss, for sure.
Yeah, muchas gracias.
Thank you, Kofi.
Thank you, Kofi. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, man. Thank you so